All right, let's jump right in. Look, I'm your coach today, and my goal is to help you turn some pretty simple psychological ideas into seriously powerful communication skills, the kind of skills that can really define your career.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, getting your head in the right space. Then we'll move into building real connection, persuasion, and most importantly, how to practice all this until it's second nature.
First things first, we've got to get your mindset right. Because influence, it starts way before you ever open your mouth. It's all about the energy, the presence you carry with you into a room.
I want you to really think about this for a second. When you walk in, what's the vibe you're putting out there? Does it scream confidence, openness, authority? Or does it maybe whisper uncertainty? Because that first impression, that nonverbal signal, it sets the tone for everything that comes next.
And let's get one thing crystal clear right now. We are not here to learn cheap tricks or how to manipulate people. No, we are mastering the art of strategic communication. It's about genuine connection, about leadership, and about finding those win-win outcomes.
Okay, so let's get to the foundation of it all. Building genuine, unbreakable rapport. This is the bedrock. Honestly, without this, none of the other stuff we're going to talk about will ever work. Mirroring is probably one of the most fundamental techniques you can learn. See, when you subtly match someone's body language, their subconscious mind goes, hey, this person's like me. And just like that, you start building this invisible bridge of trust. It's powerful stuff. But you gotta be careful. There's a very fine line between being subtle and just being plain creepy. We're aiming for rapport, not a game of Simon Says. So if they lean in, you wait a beat, then you lean in. If they shift their posture, you wait a few moments, then you adjust yours. It's supposed to be a dance, not a direct copy. And you have to remember this one. A person's name, it's like a magic word in conversation. When you use it, it cuts through all the noise. It makes them feel seen, it makes them feel important, and it instantly deepens their connection to you and whatever you're saying.
Now, this next one is a bit more advanced, so you have to use it wisely. But a light, brief touch on the elbow when you're making a key point or saying thank you, wow, it can create an incredibly powerful human connection. But the key word here is context. This has to be done with care and only in the right professional setting. Okay, so once you've built that rapport, now we can move on to the tools of persuasion. And remember the goal. We're not trying to control people. We're trying to guide the conversation towards a positive, effective outcome for everyone.
This might be one of the simplest but most powerful tools I can ever give you. The pause. Someone asks you a tough question, don't rush. Just hold their eye contact for 3 full seconds. Then you speak. That little pause, it screams confidence. It shows you're thoughtful, and it makes whatever you say next feel 10 times more important.
Now, think about the physical space you take up. A leader isn't afraid to occupy their space. When you're in a meeting, don't just perch on the edge of your seat. Sit back. Own the chair. Keep your arms uncrossed, your posture open. You're communicating confidence and status before you've even said a word. So stop making yourself small. Here's a fun little secret about the human brain. It loves reasons. The word because is like a trigger for compliance. Can you get me that report by 3 p.m. is just a question. But can you get me that report by 3 p.m. because I need to prep for the client meeting? That simple justification makes it so much more likely you're going to get a yes.
These are two sides of the same persuasion coin, and they're perfect for negotiations. With foot in the door, you start small, get a little yes, and it's easier to get a bigger yes later because people like to be consistent. Door in the face is the opposite. You ask for something huge you know they'll say no to. When you back down to your real, smaller request, they feel like they should meet you in the middle.
Okay, awesome. You've got the techniques. But knowledge is pretty useless if it just stays in your head, right? We have to practice. So let's build a real, actual plan to turn these ideas into skills you don't even have to think about.
Here is your very first drill. Mastering eye contact is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to project presence and authority. So practice this. Practice holding it, and practice being the last one to calmly and without any aggression break that eye contact. It's a subtle power move that works wonders.
And look, I've even made a simple schedule for you. Don't try to master everything at once. That's a recipe for disaster. Just focus on one new skill each day and try it out in a low-stakes place, like a coffee meeting or with a friendly colleague. This is how you build the muscle memory, until it's just part of who you are.
And please, be aware of these common mistakes. If any of this stuff feels forced or awkward or just plain weird, it's going to backfire.
Your authenticity is the most powerful tool you have. The real goal is to blend these skills in so smoothly that they just become a natural part of your own confident communication style.
Now, I need you to listen very closely because this is without a doubt the most important part of our entire session. Influence without integrity, well, that's just manipulation, and that is not what leaders do.
This right here? This is our North Star. Every single technique we've talked about has to be filtered through this principle. Are we using this to lift people up, to build trust, to get to a better place together? That's ethical influence.
So think of these as your hard and fast rules. These are your non-negotiables. Real, lasting influence is something you earn through respect, not something you grab with a few tricks. And if you ever feel like you're crossing a line, especially a cultural one, you stop. Full stop. All right, let's bring it home and lock in the absolute essentials. If you're going to start somewhere, start right here. These are 3 moves you can start using literally today to immediately boost your impact in any conversation.
These are your big 3, your power moves. The pause, which gives your words weight. The gentle, confident nod as you speak to get others on board. And the because justification, to make a yes almost automatic. Practice these 3 until you don't even have to think about them.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. Don't just file this information away. I want you to apply it. I want you to pick one, just one, conversation happening tomorrow and decide which of these tools you're going to consciously use. Because your growth starts right there, in that next conversation. Now go make it happen.